Welcome, race fans, as tonight the Relentless Racing League is taking on the crown jewel as we are here in Charlotte for 175 laps for the Mission 22 on Memorial Day. And with me tonight, we're going to have Mr. Tony as Bobby has decided to take vacation. Tony, I didn't approve it. I don't think you did neither. It's a long race, but he picked a heck of a one to leave on.
Yeah, it's it is what it is. He's got to take some time with the family, so
I guess we'll allow it this time. This year only. Next year, it's not happening. We got to keep them here. Well, it's the crown jewel, 175 laps, the longest race on the Relentless Racing schedule. Last few weeks, man, it's been wild. But how you think tonight's going to play out?
I think we're gonna have some long green flag runs. Longer race, plenty of time to pass people. I don't think you're gonna see that sense of urgency. I think we're gonna get into some clean racing for a while, and man, it's gonna be tight on tires. So if people make the wrong decision, they're gonna be out of tires real quick.
We're halfway through the season pretty much, and you can see right there with the way the points are playing out. You've got seven locked in for the playoffs right now, and well, you've got about another nine that's hoping to get it. And Evan Ludy is right now. Him and Cedric Rosworth are sitting right there on the bubble on even being considered for the playoffs. I think I forgot to send you that screenshot.
Mm, Yeah, there's quite a people that are cutting it close. I think we still have 6 races until the playoffs, so there's still plenty of time. A win gets you in, so um, these guys that are locked in, kind of all or nothing for them, right? Doesn't matter if they finish 20th or if they finish first. So might see some differing strategies.
One thing you don't have to worry about, we're not going to call the race because of rain. We are going to finish it start to finish. Whether Kyle Larson shows up again and we call a caution the time he gets there, which was legit, but man, it was perfect timing. I think your conspiracy theorists may may have something to say about that. We got about 2 minutes left on practice. Have you hit the track yet? Got a feel for it?
Yeah, I put down some laps. It's definitely going to be interesting tonight. Tires start off kind of loose, and especially in that first lap, and as you get a couple laps in, the car starts tightening up as kind of expected for the Xfinity cars. So um, it's going to be interesting. Car gets pretty hard to drive on the longer run. We're going to see who saved tires if we get a long green flag run, and who didn't.
Put down right about, looks like, between what, high 29s to low 30s. It's looking to be everybody's lap time. So it's might be pretty interesting to see how this is. Is this a tire race or a fuel race?
I think it's going to be both, honestly. By my calculations, fuel is going to be somewhere between 25 or 35 and 40 laps per fuel run. But you almost have to run each fuel run out to make your tires last to the end. So I feel like it's going to be kind of one of those where it's aligning, the fuel and the tires are going to align, and as long as you don't have to burn a set early, you should be all right. But if something happens and you got to come in and use a set of tires, you're going to be hurting.
Well, we've got our stage breaks. I believe you can
Lap
probably,
70.
yeah, I was gonna say you can probably call them out quicker than I can get it brought up.
Yep, lap 70 is going to be the stage, which kind of aligns. If it goes green, there'll be one green flag stop in the stage. Um, Fuel is it might come out right. It might be a little short. We may have to see some people save a little fuel to do it on a one stop. It's hard to judge by iRacing's calculations and the time you're off throttle later in the run. So we'll see how it all plays out.
Yeah, and that right there is that's gonna round up practice right there. So qualifying looks like we're gonna have 28. Gonna be trying grid. But I think it's gonna be a wild race tonight.
I don't think it's going to be too wild, to be honest. I think we might have a few cautions here and there, but I think it's going to be pretty straightforward just due to the number of tires and the fuel runs. There's not a lot of strategy involved here, in my opinion. So I think it'll be pretty straightforward, and everybody I think will be pretty equal on tires. So I don't think we're going to see old tires against new tires at all in this race.
Well, hopefully nobody will fall out of exhaustion, or maybe they all got a good bathroom break in. Because boy, those caution laps, it goes even longer instead of green flag. But right now we're looking at Stephen Hines. He's getting ready to put in his first lap. Let's see what kind of times he can put in.
Spencer coming in with a 29.8. Fast lap in practice was a 29.7, but I don't think the track is going to have that in it right now. I think a 29.8 is definitely going to be a top three starting spot.
Yeah, that's a burner too. I mean, Spencer, he's been starting good, and he's just been getting caught up. And his second lap was even faster at
I,
29.7.
I retract my previous statement. That's faster than what we saw in practice. I did not think the track was going to have that.
I'm gonna say, Bobby, you're right. He's got qualifying figured out, and there is nobody even getting close to it. Closest one right now is Ethan with the 29.8.
And there's still some fast guys to come out here yet, so we will see. There's another 29.7 by Brandon Schaefer. Nixon with a 29 high 29.7.
A lot of them are. See how Banks is playing out on this one. Is DBR's sitting pretty comfortable 1 and 2. I made that comment a few weeks ago, and I think it's coming back to bite me now. So where Banks can put it in. I was watching them practice. I was watching DBR sticking together pretty good, practicing drafting and pitting. So
Yeah, I saw him run a long run too, just to see what their tires were wearing like and what the fuel was going to be like. But I believe in practice I saw him run somewhere around a 30 lap run.
right now 19 has qualified.
There's Adam Pettit coming in.
He's
Gonna
right
start on the
there
front
at
row.
him. Him and
9 thousandths of a second.
I'm going to say even Penley, he's broke into the sevens. Him and Schaefer. So that's going to tell me, Tony, that if they can a draft, they may get it down to the 29 sixes.
I don't think we'll see any sixes tonight. The draft, yes, it helps down the straightaway, but the dirty air in the corner is gonna be a killer. So I don't think I think it's gonna equal out pretty well.
That's just about going to wrap qualifying up. As Then Memorial Day, you never have Memorial Day without paying tribute to those. 175 laps, Tony. We doing it tonight.
Yep, should be a good one, man. About to go green.
Hope all goes well in love and war. So far, so good. Pretty clean start. Nobody getting real risky just yet.
Yeah, it's kind of what I expected. Like I said, this is the longest race of the season. These guys are going to be, I expect them to be pretty patient here, and just ride it out, not get too crazy until later.
Yeah, they've got a long night ahead of them. It'd be bad to be took out on, what, say, lap two?
Absolutely.
I mean, wasn't nothing wrong with Stenhouse getting took out, but just hope none of our guys get took out here. 35 of Gatlin. He's trying to already make that high side run as he's going to the outside of Josh Van Weston.
Yeah, I think later on in the run, the high line is going to be a very defensive line. It's really tough to get off the corner on the bottom line. So I think the top line you're going to chew up your tires a little more, but I think it'll help you defend your position.
Dewsbury may have started out front, but Schaefer's got around him. Had him trying to make a move on the inside of Nathan Nixon.
Those guys are teammates, so I imagine that it'll be a pretty mild battle, especially this early on in the run.
Ooh, Schaefer drifted up a little bit. Had to get off. So far, so clean. It's 45.89 are going to be battling coming out of 3 and 4.
Yeah, Schaefer fell back to about the 4th spot from the lead. That one little mistake cost him 3 spots. It's like Adam Pettit is on. He is going to be battling for that number 1 spot here.
He got a point for leading the lap. It makes sense. Right there is that's the worst part of the track that scares me the most. Right there through that trioval.
Oh yeah, that trioval can be pretty nasty, especially if you're going side by side.
Especially I've seen trying to do it 3 wide. A lot of patriotic schemes. You can bump in on a couple of them. Thought I set the speaking of 3 wide. There we go. I think Schaefer may just let him have it.
45 able to use that bottom line and get them both.
No, we are not range shortening in this event. Quebec gets into the wall a little bit.
Yeah, right off of turn 4. I think that's going to be common later on the run. Car is going to push tight off of turn 4. You're going to see people tagging that wall a little bit.
Oh, they're getting a little fishy.
Backup. Yeah, Cody Riggs had to lift to get off of the 21. Caused everybody behind him to check up a little bit, but they managed to keep everything straight. Continue on.
Now, say the first 150 laps, Tony, what do you want to be at? You want to be in the front, away from everybody, or you just want to lay in the back and watch everybody?
I mean, if I can stay up front without burning up my tires, I want to be up front. That clean air is going to be king. It's going to help you make the corners without really killing your tires. But I want to be anywhere where I have open space in front of me. If that's a mid-pack in a second pack, leading that second pack, I'm fine with that too. You just want to be able to run your line and not worry about battling people on your tires.
So you kind of like to be in a Bill Mueller position, running about 10th, and you have nobody really in front of you.
Yeah, he's not going to have that dirty air effect, and then he can run his line. He can do what he needs to do without really, unless somebody tries to make a move on him, then he's going to be having to defend a little bit. But
well, as we've seen it, maybe I won't jinx it. So far, so green. Yeah, and Schaefer he's let off a lot because he's dropped back all the way to 15.
Well, I think he's saving tires. Um, I, I I expect this race to have a lot of long green flag runs. So saving your tires, he's gonna drop now, but I imagine that he's gonna drive right back up to the front as these guys in front of him are burning up their tires.
He didn't. Tony, you're asking to give a spicy prediction.
No, well, I kind of already did. Like I said, I don't think it's gonna be many cautions tonight. I think it's gonna be long green flag runs. Now, if we get a late race caution and somebody managed to save a set of tires, then we might see some spiciness. But think I think everybody's just got to run their race in this one. You can't really vary on strategy just because of the amount of tires they have and the fuel runs.
Front pack, what, about. Front pack about 7. They kind of broke away a little bit.
For now.
Gatlin Downey just kind of no man's land. I have a feeling he'll be getting some help from Bill Moore here in a minute.
I think somewhere around lap 20 is where we're going to really start seeing people possibly hitting the wall off of turn 4. We've already saw it once, but I think we'll see it a little more regularly about lap 20. That's when those tires are starting to give up. They're beyond starting to give up. They've given up, and that car is going to get really tight on corner exit.
Yeah, getting this race here under your belt, if you haven't got a win, this would be one to do it. I mean, this is circled, I believe, on everybody's calendar.
Charlotte, in my opinion, is a really good track for a longer race like this, just because it puts on good racing. And I don't know, I feel like this is going to be a tough one to win just because of you really can't vary on the strategy compared to the front runners. So whoever's got the speed in the long run, I think is going to win this race.
Hey, I've got something Bobby don't have. I do have a win here.
Yeah, I've got several wins here in the ARCA car.
Oh, there's Hahn getting to the wall. Little contact made right there.
Tell you what, that 20 car, he was just battling with the 12 of Cody Riggs, but he's definitely put on a big gap once he got around him. Kind of looks like that 12 car is holding up this third pack here. Side by side with the 54.
He's kind of keeping it up high, and he said they're slowly getting around him. Banks the first one. Looks like Schaefer's going to now, and Gordon's looking to make it.
Yeah, I think they're all gonna just trap him on that high lane and just keep working that bottom to try and get around him.
You got 3 out of the 4 DBR cars right there in that screen. You got Schaefer. Well, I take that back. Never mind. Banks and Wood. Yeah,
Yeah, he's DBR.
He's still DBR. What's the Brandon I'm thinking of? Oh, speaking of Brandon, with no money back there, he's poster child of Young Money. Running the 25th. He's just doing his own little race back there towards the back.
Yeah, I mean, early in the race is not a bad spot to be. He can kind of just manage his tires from there and As long as he doesn't get lapped, he's good, right? We're gonna add that caution at lap 70. He'll catch the field back up and not burn up his tires. So um, it's a safe spot to be in.
Another one that's slowly pacing. It's actually two of them right there, Isaac and Cedric. They both are slowly moving up.
Well, we're kind of right at that mark, right? 20 laps in, tires are definitely gone away on some of the guys that push too hard. Other guys still have a little bit left where they can start making passes. I imagine we're going to see pit stops starting in about 15 laps. Pretty sure some of these guys are wishing those 15 laps would come a little quicker.
Yeah. So, since we're on a pretty good green flag run here, Tony, get your take on it. The Charlotte race yesterday. I mean, do you think they could have finished it if they'd have waited?
I did not look at the radar to see if anything else was moving in, but from what I saw, it looked like the track was damn near dry. I think they could have finished it if they wanted to.
I'm kind of going to have to agree with you on that one. You know, the timing and conspiracy theorists is everything, because I'm pretty sure y'all was watching the race by the time they showed his helicopter landing. And they said, oh, there's Kyle Larson. And then the caution comes out for the track being wet. So,
Well,
I mean...
and to be fair, we don't know if there was any city ordinances or anything like that, you know, where they couldn't run later. We knew, like, oh, there's 49 into the 227. But like the Indy 500, right? They had to be done by 8:15 local time due to lights and city ordinance. So if that race would have been delayed any longer, they wouldn't have finished that one.
You know,
we don't know if Charlotte's the same way or not.
You know, this is how I kind of look at it. And this happened a lot with Nashville Fairgrounds, it being where it is. A group tried coming together and tried shutting it down because it was being loud or whatever. Don't move near a dirt track or don't move near a racetrack. Problem solved.
Man, there's a lot of Karens in this world, so they'll move in and then try to change it to suit them.
That's like my hometown. You know, there's a dirt track there, and they built a subdivision behind it, and now they're complaining because of the sound. It's like, you know, you knew it was there when you moved in. Don't be a dummy. I mean,
right.
And plus, who wouldn't want to live close to a track? Oh my God, wake up in the morning, go to bed hearing the sounds. Oh, can't beat that. But we love hearing engines. Other people hear their significant others whining about somebody else's race. Speaking of the race, Pettit, he's stretched out. He's, right about a half a second away from Dewsbury, and Dewsbury's opened up almost a second door on Nixon.
Yeah, that clean air is king, man. He's able to use that to his advantage. They're getting towards the end of the run here, so we'll see. 89's getting passed by quite a few cars here. The 20 is making his way up through the field.
We got James McRae right up there in front of him.
Yeah, he was battling with the 21 of Josh Van Westen for several laps, but able to make the pass, and it looks like the 20 is going to keep it wound up on the high side and try to make that pass as well.
Since it's green right now, we're going to give a shout out to some of our sponsors, and we'll be right back. about Schaefer driving back up to the front. Here he comes.
Yeah, they fell back, working
Oh,
their way
there it
back up.
is.
Oh, 21 in the wall, 42 in the wall. That's a caution, but kind of a ooh. Isaac Wilson in it, 52. Not sure who that 52 car is because we don't have a 52.
I
But
believe that was 42.
oh, that's Matt Webb. Matt Webb.
That was. Ooh.
Yeah, that was a rough one. I didn't see what happened there, but
And I was kind of watching it while we was on commercial because I had a feeling it was getting kind of iffy. Let me get this brought back up. Nora and him got into each other. This new camera angles it's taking me a minute to get them figured out here.
yeah, it looks like almost looks like Van Westen came down the track on corner exit. Yep, he came down the track as the 42 was trying to make the corner and clipped his right rear. And the 52 and the 93 tried to avoid it, went the wrong direction.
Five barely if Gordon got by it. 76 Corvette. He slid by it. But
Yep, that's
oh,
exactly what happened. Those two tried to go low, but the 21
Air
was
Force,
low.
Air Force, and Army, respectively, just got them at the same time.
But I will say that caution kind of came out at a good time as far as strategy goes because they're right at the end of that fuel run, right at the time to split the stage in half, go get fresh tires, fill it up with fuel, and run it out to the stage.
Well, I hate it happened when it did, man. I definitely hate it happened. Isaac being involved.
Well, it is. I mean, when something like that happens in front of you, you got two choices: go high or go low, and it's kind of a coin flip on which way's right. So he just unfortunately chose the wrong way.
And Isaac's luck is continuing. And that is a major sarcasm on that one. He's been him and Webb's actually in Weston. The three have actually kind of had a rough season so far. But 36 in the book, so yeah, that's a pretty good green flag run.
Yeah, and that's about right on that fuel run. So kind of aligned perfectly. Nobody has to make green flag stops now and can run this out to the stage.
See if we can track them
Um,
down real quick. See if we can get Spencer in here for a second. I would go after Isaac, but he's probably fuming a little bit right now. Hey Spencer, Jeremy and Tony up here in the booth, man. You got a copy?
Yes, sir. I'm here.
So far, so good for you. How's the team feeling there in SVR?
To be honest, it's a bit of a mixed bag. I'm running up front. That 46 machine is lightning fast, and he's giving me a run for my money. I gotta give him credit. Evan and Bill are kind of floundering in the back. Evan's going for a no-tire strategy during the stage, which will be interesting to see how that plays out when he gets to the end with an extra set. He says he might be able to go for the win for it, so we'll see how that goes. All in all, the number 7 machine is running like a dream, and it's actually running a tad loose in 3 and 4, which I like.
Well, your outcome. I mean, you've got a. Oh, you ain't even a third of the way through it. 37 down. It's going to be a long one. You get your bathroom break in and everything good?
I did. I did. I had an extra shot of caffeine before the start, so I am wired up and ready to rock. And I'm a bit nervous about. Actually, Vincent, he pitted. Never mind. I'm on the front row. Alrighty.
yeah,
I'm no longer worried about it.
yeah, I think he just stayed out to lead a lap.
Yeah, that makes sense. I was a bit worried he was gonna spin the tires on the restart and just burn it in front of us.
We're gonna shoot you
So,
back down. Oh, go ahead, Tony.
real quick before we shoot you back down, how was your fuel looking there after 35 laps?
Honestly, according to my crew chief Greg, he said that we could have gone to lap 36 and pitted
Okay.
then and been able to go full blast to the stage end. So all in all, yeah, we were about like point 0.1, point 0.2 to the good. So it was close, but we certainly could have made it.
All right, man. We're gonna send you back down there. See how I can do good on this restart.
Thank you much.
He's a spunky little fella. You know that?
He definitely is.
I tell you what, that front row right there, that's a pair in the field. It's Adam and Spencer. It's gonna be interesting to
Yeah.
see how this restart's gonna play out.
And look who's in 4th and 5th.
I know it's.
I expect we'll see the same strategy out of those two that we did in the first half of this stage, where they're just going to save tires and continue to, work their way back up from that. Spencer late that checked up that outside row pretty hard.
Seven car, he ain't kidding. He's got a run on the outside. Gave Adam a push to get around Nixon.
Oh, he just blinked out on my screen.
Yeah. It's not what you want to see. The car behind you suddenly disappeared.
Oh, low contact between the 33 and the 7. Right in the tri-oval there. These boys are getting after it.
That's still 135 to go. I need to save a little bit.
Well, and they definitely don't want to burn their tires up right away in this run, otherwise they'll be falling towards the back. Whatever Pettit did in that first run, he's going to be looking to do the same. Just kind of set sail.
Spencer is playing with fire coming down that close in front of Nixon.
They kind of been going back and forth, chopping each other's bumpers off, the 46, the 7, and the 33. So I imagine at some point one of them is going to get tired of it and not lift.
That's like I was hearing some of that NASCAR retro where he said I'm fixing to pound his bumper.
So the 54 who restarted 5th has fallen all the way back to 14th. So they are on the same strategy as they were in the first stage, him and Schaefer.
Ray's making some moves though. He's got it up to 5th.
Yeah, he was 7th at the time of the caution, I believe. He was started 17th, so he had gained 10 spots. See if he can get up there with his teammate.
You know, we've got a big gap between 8th and 9th. About 2 seconds.
A little tap from the 12 and the 3. The 5 had to really check up there, and that opened up the door for the 95 to take a run on the inside.
Oh, and he's running with it.
Oh, 5 had to check up again for the 3. The 3 is really saving those tires, and it's kind of causing some havoc for these guys behind them, taking away a lane of racing room.
A lane. Yeah, that pack right there around what 13th or 18th. It's a good little group right there. Schaefer is still staying up high. And it's going to put him 3 wide going through 4.
Yeah, I think that's all by design. And the 54, they're just holding off, saving those tires, climbing back to the field at the end of the run.
Yeah, because that's exactly what we saw happen.
I feel like they've fallen a little further than they did the last run, but we'll see how it plays out at the end of the stage.
Speaking, Spencer spoke of Evan and his plan, and he's not too far far back. I mean, he's 10 seconds back, but he's still got a set of tires.
Yeah, but as old as those tires are and the way the lap times are falling off, I'd be a little concerned about being lapped.
He's got to survive, what, 24 more laps?
Yeah, he's running 31.8s, and the leader's running 30.6s, so that's a second a lap, over a second of a lap difference. 23 laps to stage. By my math, if that keeps going the way it's going, he'll end up being lapped by the time the stage comes.
Yeah, you can see from where he is to where the leader was. He's on the back stretch. They're on the front stretch. So,
But with that being said, there's only one car a lap down right now. So if he can get around Vincent and get that lucky dog, should he go a lap down, then no harm, no foul. He'd have that set of tires. He'd still be starting at the back of the field. But late in the run, if he gets a caution, or late in the race, if they get a caution, he'll have a set of tires. But still, it's going to be tough to pass that many cars on a late race restart, being the only car on fresh tires.
that second pack got Joey Maines. He's able to gain about 3 spots during that checkup. He laps back and about a good 3 seconds.
It looks like he's pushing pretty hard, though. The moves he was making, it seemed like he was pushing pretty hard. I think he'll pay the price in the long run for that, though. Got a good battle between the 20 and the 7 right now for third. 20's got that high line. Not really gained a little bit of an advantage keeping that momentum, but not really enough to make a difference. It's banging doors a little bit. 7's driving in there deep. He's definitely going to pay the price for that one later in the run. He's going to pinch him down a little bit, try to get himself a better run off the corner, and not allow the 7 to get a good run off the corner.
Oh, loose. Saved it. McRae, he had him a spicy moment.
It almost seems like the 7 is just driving too hard right now compared to everybody else. And boy, we'll probably see something similar if the 20 can't clear him off of turn 4. Driving in there deeper. Little conservative this time, but
Greg, he is having a field day right now. 90-0 probably.
Look like the 7's running a little cleaner line into the corner now. Still laying on the 20's left rear fender there, though. That's I imagine pretty quick here the 20's going to get a little upset and just push him all the way down, or not give him any room to exit.
Well, these two are not giving slack. Oh.
I think that was a little, hey, I didn't appreciate that, don't do that again type of thing there.
Yeah, I'm gonna say these two are, and you know who's not happy about this? McRae, Collier, McCauley, and Finley. They're all kind of just stuck back there. Like, what are y'all gonna do?
Yeah, McRae's been waiting for one lane to open up so he can figure out which way he needs to go, but looks like the 20 may have a chance to clear here if the 7 doesn't turn him. It's a battle that will not end right now. 20's really driving him tight through the tri-oval. Eventually somebody's going to have to give here.
Yeah, and hopefully if
7 able to clear the 20, 20's going to probably cut down to the inside if he can get the run.
But at what cost, Tony? I mean, y'all been fighting hard about 5 laps. Oh, there it
There's a
is.
bump.
Oh, McRae gets
Oh.
loose out of nowhere.
Yeah. They're can't imagine this is gonna end well for either of them. They keep going like this.
And almost like we ain't coming off this battle.
Yeah, 7's starting to gap the 20 a little bit. 20 stuck in that high lane for several laps with the car to the inside. That may have burned up his tires a little more than he would have liked.
No, McRae got on the same spin as Dewsbury was. They was almost in sequence, not related on either one of their incidents.
I didn't see if anybody touched the 77 or not. I do know that there was some contact between the 20 and the 7 that made the 7 get loose, but I'm not sure about the 77. But
Yeah.
ultimately, cost the 77 3 spots.
You know, the 77, he may have seen something and decided to ease up in that back end right there coming out of 3 and 4. Well, he done it again. So that car may start fighting with them. See if he does it one more time. If it's maybe he's just trying to get settled in.
Well, I think having that battle right in front of you that whole time was probably pretty uneasy for him with sitting in 5th spot at the time and 2 drivers almost wrecking for 4th. Probably a wise choice to just lay off of there and fall back a little bit, let it sort itself out without getting involved in it.
Schaefer is definitely in tire save mode.
Yeah, sitting 19th right now, him and Banks, 19th and 20th. But they only have 10 laps till the stage, so if they're going to start climbing through the field, they better start going. Maybe they didn't take tires. I guess I didn't look at the pit stops.
Looking at the time, it looks like everybody pretty much did. So everybody's around the 14, 15 second mark. Now Sean's got him a new challenger with Ethan.
Yeah, I think he burned up his tires in that battle. So he's probably going to lose a little bit of pace here.
.45's getting real close to that 20.
Well,
Oh.
20's kind of running him down the track there too. Looks like the 45 is going to push him through the corner to get him back straightened out.
Ooh.
But yeah, he was running him pretty tight there.
Sean just put his dirt skills to use. I don't think the 45's just quite happy yet.
7 laps till the stage. These boys can take a breath, get some fresh tires on here, fill her up with fuel, and recollect their thoughts.
Yeah.
20's falling pretty hard right now.
Getting a little bump from Penley.
Yeah, Penley's trying to clear that 45 and yeah, cut down to the bottom there and try to make the pass on the 20 as well.
Horner's got his hands full as he's right there. Cutoff point for the stage points. Let me say your top 7 unless McRae gets a speed boost. It's pretty much going to be how it is.
Yeah, maybe in different orders for this 5th, 6th, and 7th spot, but I do believe that if we see the 20 and the 7 anywhere near each other later in the race, I don't believe either of those two are going to give the other person any breaks based off of what we saw earlier.
I'll say out of 66 laps, having one caution, that's pretty good run.
Yeah, I imagine might see another one shortly after the stage break.
Penley gets into the wall right there in forward trial.
Yeah, it's about that time. About 30 laps into a run here on these tires, so the car is definitely pushing tight.
So we'll see. We've got 3 more laps. Pettit can lock it in.
And I'll tell you what, though, James McRae rolled back into that battle.
Yeah, they fought long enough. It gave him a chance to get back in it. And he's going to put pressure on Ethan and see if he can get that last point for stage. Oh, 45 and the 20 into each other. 20 holds it off the wall.
Nice save.
Tell you what, Sean is probably not thrilled right now, and Bobby is probably breathing in his brown bag.
Yeah, 45 just run right in the back of the 20. Turned up the track. Yeah, that was weird. And that's the stage.
70 in the books. Pointer, do not keep it under control. Bobby, make a phone call. All right, well, while we're doing that in stage break, we're going to pay some more of those sponsors. Well, Tony, you think we're going to get another 70 with no caution? Or with one caution?
Nah, I don't know. We saw some pretty hard battling going on. Now, I wouldn't be surprised if we see a caution here as soon as some of these guys get closer together.
I'm interested to see how Pointer is going to handle.
Well, looks like he spent some time in the pits fixing damage, so he'll have to work his way back up there. Him and his teammate, Stephen Hine, both the last two to leave the pits, it looks like.
Dewsbury's back up there, P2, but we saw what happened with him. He fought hard and he dropped a pretty good amount.
Well, they just put on their second set of tires, which means they have two more left in the pits with just over 100 laps to go.
That's your Evan Ludy, who is one up on him.
Correct. And he did manage to stay on the lead lap, so worked out for him. Still going to be a tough one though, even with the late race caution, because he's going to be, at the back of the pack with fresh tires if he, if the situation does arise where he can come and use them. A lot of cars to try to pass.
Yeah. I believe we're gonna have to keep an eye on 45 because he's around a few of Sean's teammates that may not be too thrilled with him right now.
I'm more interested in this battle for the lead because we're going to have one between the 46 and the 7. See who prevails.
Mohamed, Sean, and Ethan had a little contact, and Sean dropped out of the top 7, had to get some damage fixed. Had to change the camera package there. I wasn't thrilled with the one I was using. Well, the field is, we've got everybody's still in the lead lap.
Yeah, everybody's who's still in the race is on the lead lap. That first caution, those 3 cars are all out. Josh Van Westen, Isaac Wilson, and Matt Webb.
I believe Isaac has caught it for the night. I did not see him. Let's see how
Pace truck is off. Spencer late again on that restart. Gonna open the door for Nathan Nixon.
I'd say it was more of an asleep on that one. They do not want to let Pettit get that clean air because you see what he done last stage. He just walked away from it.
That 7 car really defending that bottom line. I don't think he wants to run that top line at all.
telling you who's pretty much running wherever he wants to, and that's Adam. He's pretty much just setting the pace right now.
Pass back here with the 5 car and the 30 car, it looks like. Cedric. Them two are battling side by side.
Yeah, that group right there, we got what, Penley and Collier? No, we got Penley and Collier and Cedric and Jared. That whole bunch right there is putting on a show and a half.
Henley's dropping back a little bit. He was just running 4th. Got stuck in that high lane and looks like gonna get passed by 2 or 3 cars here.
Oh, 98 to go.
'77 got underneath the 45 here, looking to make a pass for 5th, able to clear him in the entry at turn 1.
He cleared him and jumped him pretty much. We've got any excitement going on. Well, yep, we've got it. Them and Ludi, Pointer, and Maines right there running it good. Now, Mons, if Riggs wrecks, we're going to pin it on you. Because he's done pretty good so far. Still holding that against you not getting in the booth with me. I'm going to have to talk to Antonio and make sure we get that worked out. We got a little hornet's nest right here. No money kind of getting backing up. Banks and Schaefer. Ricky
Yeah,
Williams.
and that 11 car looked like he was falling. Lost a few spots as well on that high lane.
I know he ran it last week. Got demolished. Wrong place, wrong time. I'm going to tell you one that he's underrated. We don't talk much about him. I've seen him in other leagues. But Ricky Williams can drive. That 11 mellow yellow.
Evan Ludy's fallen back to 5th.
You know, if you're Pointer, you're just kind of just thinking, you know what? I'm not going to fight it much anymore, you know. They ruffled my feathers a little bit, so I'm just going to stay back here and cool off. Oh, his mains goes in deep. It's tight on it.
Like the 20 may have gotten into the 17 just a little bit.
Nixon's not let Adam get away from him. McRae has made his way up. He squeezed into 4th. He's putting pressure on Jared right now for that P3. putting pressure on Nixon now.
Well, he let him get to the bottom line, which is probably not ideal for him, for Nixon.
Jared's able to take P2 away from Nixon.
Nixon able to slide in right behind him there, not give up another spot to James McRae. Gonna fight back on that inside lane.
McRae, he threw it in. He threw it in, but I don't know if he's gonna be able to hold it. Nixon may can get the run out of it. So anything else starting going on back in the field? Looks like a little bit of a challenge between Maines and Pointer. And
Yeah, it looks like Maines drove it in a little deeper than Pointer did, but Pointer able to gain that ground back on the exit. Everything's pretty much single filed out at the moment.
I don't know, I think it's fixed to heat up right there. You're looking at what, 10th, 11th, 10th through 13th. You got Riggs, Downey, Banks, and Schaefer. They're starting to group up.
Yeah, I think Riggs is trying to save tire, and that's allowing these guys to get to his bumper, but we'll see if they're able to make the pass. I was watching his line through the corner. He's kind of running a low to mid line, which kind of doesn't give anybody really anywhere to go. 54 gonna try to make it work on the inside here off of turn 4.
I'm Riggs. I'm just going to let them have it. I ain't going to burn my tires up fighting.
Right. Able to slide back in between the 54 and the 3 there. '77 makes the pass on Jared McCauley for P2. Try and run his teammate Adam Pettit down.
And you know, Adam, I'm pretty sure Adam's got the tires. He can fight off whoever comes up on him because he ain't had to battle no positions. He's just pretty much been running his own little race. Wherever he wants to go, he's gone.
Yeah, that clean air really makes a difference. Run whatever line he wants and not have to worry about burning the tires up.
I know, Bobby. I'm terrible at it. At least I admit it, though. When I send a letter in the mail, you can just make a phone call quick.
Spencer Dewsbury moving up to 4th place.
Yeah, Nixon's kind of dropped back down a few.
I imagine he burned up his truck tires trying to hang with Adam Pettit there.
Cedric's up 25. He's sitting in P6, but he's fixed to be under pressure from Ethan and Nathan both. My question is Ethan going to do to Cedric as he done to Sean?
Well, I will say this: Brandon Banks and Brandon Schaefer are coming. Banks took 2/10 off the lead that last lap by. So their tire saving strategy is showing up in the long run.
Setting. Well, they're not too far back neither. They're less than 4 seconds. So.
Right. Gained another 10th that last lap.
It looks like it was. They both were in the 31.7s. So yeah, they're making way.
Kind of evened out that last lap, so we'll see. Only gained like a hundredth or so.
Everybody pretty much grouped up together. Yeah, they got traffic to get through, but the way they've been slicing through it, I don't see it's going to be much of an issue until they get about to Ethan.
Yeah, I think the hardest part is going to be this group of 4 right here. If they can get through those guys, they'll be all right.
Because Ethan, Penley, and Gordon, none of them's wanting to give up any more spots than they have to.
Still got 75 laps to go.
At least, what, 2 pit stops we know.
Yeah, they're actually leader now. It's like last time by it was 3.4 seconds back, and this time 3.5. So that, oh, caution.
Oh no, I'm getting a notification. Cody Riggs. Back, let's see.
42 come up the track and hooked him in the left rear.
Went back in that car. That was a pretty good lick.
Yeah, I don't believe the 12 actually moved at all. The 42 just came up. Yep, that's exactly what happened. .42 hooked him in the left rear and spun him around.
Well, there's going to be a pit strategy change a little bit for a lot of people on that one.
Yeah, in my opinion, it's a little early to take tires here, just because he's still got 75 laps. I don't know what the call is here. If you're Evan Ludy, yeah, you got that extra set, take him. But everybody else, we're thinking 35, 36 laps on a fuel run. You're still got 2 stops from here if it goes green and only 1 set of tires remaining.
That's right there at it, because we heard Spencer saying that they could have pushed 37, but what, 37, 37, even pushing it. I mean, you're gonna be right there at it. My math ain't mathing, but
Yeah, if you take tires here, I feel like you really got to save fuel. We're going to have 70 laps to go. I mean, you don't have a lot of room for error. 1 caution obviously helps, but um, it's going to be pretty tight.
because they're right there at that 30, about 35, having to split it. I mean,
Yep.
bad, good caution, bad timing, or bad
But
caution, good timing.
I don't know. We'll probably go green in 2 laps. I'll call it 107. That gives you a little wiggle room there, but it's still gonna be pretty tight.
And I'm willing to bet there's a lot that's coasting and shutting off right now.
Yeah, I can guarantee that. I can already see the 46 is shutting it off, or at least coasting. I mean, if you're towards the back, do you go down and top off again? Right before we go green.
What have you got to lose? I mean, the back ones say from about Sean back, 13th back, lose 7 spots, get a full tank. I appreciate the spotless hand mate coming in with that follow when all of that was going on.
46 is definitely saving fuel under the caution. I'm on his in-car here and got it shut off and just dumping the clutch every once in a while just to keep his momentum up.
Bad things happen to good people. It's the only thing I can think of, Bobby.
Well, I'll tell you one thing though. The front end of Cody's car is clean. It's just that back end. So um, he's definitely not going to be at his normal pace, but we'll see if he can salvage a decent finish out of this. And pace truck is off.
Yeah, and you figured Murray was going to let Pettit get that jump and get in behind him.
Yeah, and Spencer Dewsbury wasn't sleeping this time. Actually, Jared McCauley was. Dewsbury going to run that low line and try and pass the 77, able to clear him. 77 going to drop down there. And there's Brandon Schaefer battling for the 4th position.
You got Schaefer. I'm pretty sure you got Banks close.
Yeah, about 5 cars back. Looks like he's about 10th right now. Oh. Schaefer sends it underneath the 77 for the third position. On the bumper, the 7.
Anybody's going to have something for Pettit right there is who it, I believe, is going to be.
Well, I don't think we're seeing Pettit send it yet. He's still just managing his tires, but now that the 3's there, now I feel like he's got to be a little more aggressive just to keep that clean air.
Ray's going underneath the 7. Try to return the favor.
7 able to keep it wound up, though, and maintain his spot. He's going to send it underneath the 3 here. Not able to carry the speed off the corner that the 3 does. Starting to get... The spicy meter is starting to rise a little bit. We're seeing some pretty aggressive moves here. Still got 64 laps to go.
I'm not 100% sure if he's out there, but last night I was running a test run about 11 o'clock. And Mr. Full Inferno hung out with me for a little bit, so if he's out there, man, appreciate it. Tornadoes made it over okay, though. People up north of Kentucky, pray for them. You don't get much crazy weather up that way, do you, Tony?
Yeah, we get some tornadoes, but that's about it.
Schaefer's putting pressure on the high side now.
Sean Pointer moving up the field up into the 11th position after all that melee in the first stage.
Oh, Schaefer must have touched the wall or something. He just dropped.
Yep, he got in the wall off of turn 2.
Looking at the speed, Riggs' car, he looks like he's down about 15 miles per hour.
Yeah, that back end pretty beat up. It's definitely costing him some time on the straightaways, but might help him a little bit in the corners.
Ooh, Evan and 5 getting into each other. $56, $55 more to go.
I think we'll see everybody come down pit road kind of right around the same window, somewhere around lap 140. $140 to $143 is where I'm thinking everybody's going to come down.
While we're green, we're gonna give a quick shout out to Talesman and be right back. Well, not much change during the break.
3-car lost a position to the 7, which I gotta imagine that wall hit maybe cost him a little bit of damage, and
Jared going on the outside of Nixon.
nowhere to go though. That 3-car is up there, and oh, 3 got tight. Or 33 got tight. Hit the side of the 3. So before we went to break here, I said somewhere around like lap 140-ish. I think we may see a little bit of. I think it's gonna be later than that. I think it's gonna be somewhere around lap 150.
It's going to put him about 20 laps, so one more should do it then.
We went green on lap 107. So that's gonna be, I'll call it like lap about 142, I think. 142 to 145. Yeah, 3-car's really fallen off the pace now. 77 and the 46 are battling up here for the lead.
It looks like he might be able to take it.
He's got it now if he slides up. Looks like, yeah, he's able to slide up at the 46. He's going to have a good run off the corner and may try to cut it back down underneath him. Now going to stay in that higher lane. And 7 is coming. He's up to the 46's bumper, about 3 feet off. Looks like that 7 car does not like the high lane. He seems to be better on the low line, but he is carrying a lot of speed down the straightaway. So when he runs that high lane, so we'll have to see how all this plays out.
Yeah, that momentum it's a big thing.
77 able to start gapping the 46 here. First time he hasn't been out front pretty much this whole race.
We got a Penley fan showing up out there. Gordon getting right there on the bumper of Pointer.
Seven working that high lane. He may have the second position here.
He's got him, but he's going to have to make it stick.
46 should be ahead on entry through the center, but it's more about that drive off the corner where the 7's going to have the advantage. Lincoln.
What group I'm watching, Tony, is it's going to be that group of Penley, Ludy, Pointer, and Gordon.
Yeah, they're racing pretty tight there, but they really haven't made any moves. They've just not been able to get around each other, just stay in single file. Oh, 46 touched the left rear of the 7. Like it didn't really upset the car at all, but really caused a check up there. It's going to open the door for Jared McCulley to look on the low line underneath the 46. Looks like we got one car on pit road right now.
Maybe Vincent Vaughn. He talked much about Vincent, but He's kind of been on a different pit strategy than everybody else has this race.
Ooh, McCulley into the wall. Just made the pass for third, and then gets in the wall off of turn 2. Going to open the door for the 46 to drive back underneath him.
You know, it's bad when a driver beats you, but it's even worse when the track beats you.
46 able to clear.
This has actually, Tony, been an exceptionally clean race.
Yeah, longer race kind of forces that, right?
You want to go down on lap 2.
Right.
But you also don't be took out with 2 to go, neither. I don't know which would be worse of the two. Getting took out.
I've been on both ends of it, man.
Getting took out at lap 2 or getting took out with 2 to go.
Starting to get some action back in that pack we were talking about before with Penley and the 45 at Ethan Collier.
Stephen Hahn looks like he took a ride off the track. I think he's back on it though. Yeah, that little group right there is. Oh, it's Ludy's into the wall. You know, Pointer's telling him, please don't come down.
Even Hind got in the wall off of 4 and cut through the infield, brought it back up on track, no problem. He is struggling now. He's in the grass. He's all over the place.
Ooh, Cavett and Pointer almost got into each other right there coming into one.
Ooh, I think Cavett gave Pointer a little break there.
Yeah. Ethan stuck up on the high side on that wall. Ooh, that is a close.
Line in pit road. .36 comes flying up through this pack. He's on fresh tires.
Yeah, he just came out of the pits.
Yep. He is 2 laps down at the moment, so he's going to try and race his way back up there to get one of those laps back the hard way. Problem is he doesn't have anywhere to go right now. They're side by side in front of him.
Yeah. He's driving it where he wants it.
Yeah, he just made a laney. The little crisscross moving. Slid in between the 76 and I believe that was
Evan Ludy.
Yeah, Evan Ludy in 28. Drove around the 45. Next on the hit list is the 8. Nathan Penley.
He's still setting back equivalent around P9, so he's got quite a few to get that lap back.
Yeah, but those fresh tires, they're running 32 O's, and he is running let's see here. He's running 31.3s. So and that's in traffic. So once he gets through these small little groups here, he'll be able to race his way back up to those leaders and should pass them pretty easily.
Tell you what, McGray and Dewsbury, they're going to sit there and battle it out like that. But I'll tell you what, I don't think either one of them's looking in the rearview mirror yet.
Well, and they're approaching that. Ooh, Spencer got tight, slid up off the bottom. And they're approaching green flag pit stop, so I'm not sure how hard you're going to battle here.
Looks like we've got pits are starting. Ethan, Maines, Hastings.
And this puts them right on the edge of that fuel run where they can run it out. But if we have green, white, checkered, they're gonna. It may not work out so well for them.
Speaking of which, here comes Vincent. Leaders are pitting.
Spencer, Schaefer,
Here comes Nixon. Quebec.
77's got to come this time by. Same with the 46. Same with McCulley. They got to come this time by. They can't give up time on track to those fresher tires.
Vincent got his lap back the hard way.
77's coming in.
Oof. There we go.
46 is coming in.
Second group. There's Schaefer coming in with him. Or Broswood. Who was it? Yeah.
Penley, maybe?
I think it was Penley. Yep. How far is Jared going to try to stretch it now?
Oh, caution.
Oh, ooh.
Cody Riggs looks like sitting sideways on the track. Stephen Hine just looped it. Let's see what happened here. Just lost it.
Oh,
Mark
who got him?
suspension.
Somebody flipped him, T-boned him or something.
I don't see anybody getting him. He was able to tow before anybody touched him.
Well, you got Stephen Hahn. He missed him, but got into the back of Ricky Williams.
Yeah, they were checking up in front of him, and
Nope, he got off in time. Could have swore I saw a bump. Well, yeah, 45, Ethan.
that might have been some net code because I'm pretty sure the 45 still has it. Bumper on it. Oh, maybe it's dragging.
Yeah, he ain't got.
Well, that's odd because he never touched anybody.
He was completely off the track. Took it back in Williams. So how Williams handled that. He took him a pretty little bump in the back.
Yeah, that is very strange for the 45. Like if you go and watch the 45 from the rear chase, as soon as he went down on the apron, that bumper just like crumpled. That is strange. We're gonna call that an iRacing glitch.
Yeah, definitely.
And then the 89 got in the back of him as he was stopping. Almost like he broke something in the suspension or something. Weird. Yeah, he doesn't have a right front tire right now. 45 in the pits.
We can get to it real quick. Tom, I'm gonna jump in and ride in car with. That's the only thing I can think of is he may have been off the track, but he wasn't registered off the track.
Well, he was on the apron, but he didn't touch anybody unless somebody was disappeared in front of him.
Well,
but as soon as
Riggs.
But not even close.
That's what
It was already passed.
maybe he's coming up on him.
Yeah, but watch him go.
Yeah, he's disappeared.
He towed. He wasn't even up to Riggs yet. That's what was strange.
Server lag.
Yeah, something weird happened there with iRacing.
Oh yeah, he's done for it. Car is.
It actually snapped the right front tire off the car.
You gotta watch those big raindrops. Well, that just really started up that field.
Yes, it absolutely did.
I mean, we've got Downey in fourth, Williams up to sixth.
Yeah, yes and no. A lot of these guys haven't pitted yet. So when we get to the line, it should be the 77 sitting in the lead because he was on pit road when the caution came out. So he was able to do his stop, stay on the lead lap, and he should cycle to the front.
It looks like what 1 through 6 pitted on 144.
Yeah, right before that caution came out, they came to pit road. So everybody who stayed out, goes into the pits, but they're going to start behind everybody who stayed on the lead lap and was either in pit road or had come out of pits already.
Well, Tony, it might start getting interested.
Oh, just kidding. They're doing wave rounds right now. Looks like maybe, I'm not sure what's going on.
Our racing has got its hands full right now. It's like gonna have McCauley Banks, Roswell, Downey, Pointer, and Patek. Wow, this is gonna shift things up. I thought that's what his scheme was. Jared rocking that Air Force bomber scheme. You got Schaefer sitting back in 8th.
Well, we're going to go green. We got a long list of cars, or long line of cars on that inside lane. That took the wave round. McCauley gets a good jump. .27 laps to go. Everybody can make it on fuel now for sure. Now it's just going to see which one of these cars that took away the wave round can get back up and compete for this win. 11 coming back down pit road too. What do we got going on here? McCauley?
I got a late notification on that one. Ooh, got a little bump from Banks, possibly.
Yep. Banks bumped him and spun him out. Sure what that was all about.
That was good of Jared to hold it, though. Kept it off the wall. That's... I almost thought he was on the roll for a minute. Oh, Jared is not happy with that.
Well, I can't really blame him. That was not a good move by the 54. Like, I get it. He might have checked up a little bit, but you don't drive through somebody like that. You either change lanes or wait for them to gather it back up.
Corner and protect. They are on the. Cedric's looking to put in some work. $24 to go. Schaefer. Schaefer's moving on up.
Yeah, Bobby, I agree with you. He got loose, but he was loose for like a split second before he got dumped. Adam Pettit moved up to P2. Sean Pointer sitting in fourth.
Cedric right there in the middle of it. Down to 20, they can make it. They can make it on fuel.
Yeah, fuel shouldn't be a problem from here. Everybody should have plenty, even with a green-white checkered or two.
There's we got another battle brewing, Pointer and Broswell. Brosui. Or Cedric. I never pronounce his last name.
We just call him Cedric.
Yeah, everyone Cedric. I ain't got the A in me for it.
Pointer able to make the pass for P3. Gatlin Downey sitting in sixth.
I believe that's his highest position this season. It's just Cedric. Well, if you've got the accent, you can say it. The problem is, I ain't got the accent.
Joe will tell you.
Joe exactly can. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. The Canadians all stick together.
Single file. First through sixth. Ludi and Penley side by side. No, I'm sorry. Spencer Dewsbury and Penley side by side.
What's in Gatley or Downey right now, putting pressure on Schaefer?
I gotta think that damage Schaefer has from hitting the wall is affecting his car. I feel like if he didn't have that damage, he'd probably be up here challenging for the win.
Yeah, Bobby. Once you go above Kentucky, it's all about the same to me.
Whoa.
Wait. When you go above where Tony lives. Oh, now we're getting them riled up out there.
$15 to go.
That's right. Better lock your doors. It ain't the banjos you worry about, it's the pitchforks. Oh no, the moonshine we have down here, that's... I don't want to be responsible for none of y'all dying. Justin coming in with the sub. I said it's got to get them riled up just a little bit. He came in with the Amazon Prime sub. That means it didn't cost him nothing. So if you're out there and you got Amazon Prime and ain't using it, send it our way.
The only real battle on track I'm seeing right now is Nathan Penley and Spencer Dewsbury. They've been going back and forth for this, what, 8th position, 9th, 7th position?
Yeah, they're both wanting it. I think Penley actually had to get away from him. The vet's trying to break into the top 10.
Nathan Nixon battling back on that high line.
Comes William Moore into, or Bill Moore into the picture. The vet almost brushed up on that wall.
Yeah, slid up in front of the 33, able to make the pass though.
Well, we've been watching that battle back there in the bank.
Yeah,
It's on
got a
them.
battle for lead. Right behind these two, the 30, Cedric, able to get back around Sean Pointer. Brandon Shaper's looking to do the same.
We got Schaefer and Pointer, and oh, this is gonna be some DVR and Exiled. Oh, giving him a push.
Pettit made a charge, but he kind of fell back off. Lincoln.
We're gonna have to watch Pointer and Schaefer's. That's getting pretty dangerous right there.
Sean may have burned up his tires a little bit. Schaefer looking at that high line, not gonna work though. Trying to cut it back down to the bottom and carry a lot of speed off. Tries to cut underneath the 20.
I believe he did keep two tires on the track.
Able to make the pass into turn 1.
I've always got your paper bag ready, Bobby. You don't need a paper bag. You're sitting on that dock. You can just put your head between your knees.
5 to go this time by.
Bad as I hate to say it, I don't think Pettitt's going to have anything else for Banks.
Yeah, not really gaining anything right now. Just kind of sitting there at 2/10. It's going to be tough to close that gap this late in the run. Going to have to set up some really good runs off the corner to try and close in a little bit, but still it's going to be tough to make the pass.
On sending it in on the inside. Looks like Schaefer just had to check up a little bit.
Sean got tight off of turn 4, had to really put some wheel into it to keep off of Cedric. Larry's treading say it's going to go green till the end.
Nope.
Sean past Cedric. Cedric past Sean. Sean gonna send it back down on the low line to try and get around Cedric again. Swapping spots.
Well, they're fighting. That's letting Schaefer pull away.
I think they realize that they're not catching Schaefer, so they're just battling for that 4th position. Pettit's gotta run.
Got anything left in that tank, Pettit? Now's the time.
White flag is out.
Caution's out the window.
Trying to get there, close that gap a little bit, but man, I just don't think he can, unless he's on his bumper, I just don't see how he's going to make the pass.
It's going to lock down Charlotte. Pettit second, Schaefer third. Pointer finished the race in P4. Sure, Bobby's glad he ain't got no damage compared to that one. Cedric up 26 spots. Finishes top 5.
Gatlin Downey in 6th. James McRae 7th. Spencer Dewsbury 8th. Nathan Pedley 9th. And Tony Cavett rounding out your top 10.
I think that's going to be Tony's highest finish. That was a... Whew. Thanks. You missed it. We're going to take us a quick break and let everybody get where they're supposed to be. We'll be right back. Tony, it was actually 175 laps of a whole lot cleaner racing than I was expecting.
Yeah, I kind of figured it was gonna be just because of the length of the race and whatnot. So, um, yeah,
Without further ado, he locked it in and win number 3 of the season. Brandon, congratulations on it, man.
Thank you. Appreciate it. That was tough.
Well, that last caution, did that kind of help you or hinder you? Obviously, it helped you a lot, but at the time,
Yeah, I thought I was gonna run out of gas. I think finally got into my box with like .06 of a gallon. I mean, another 50 feet, I've probably been out of gas. So yeah, it helped me with the track position. That was pretty much what we were fighting all race. We tried to take that extra set of tires the first stage, and it got us way back. Um, Obviously, almost a lap down. So we were just kind of sitting back there, just trying to stay on the lead lap and save that tire set just in case we needed it for something late in the race or something crazy happening. We most of DVR, we kind of felt like we had decent enough cars that we could kind of drive through the field if we needed to. So we felt like that was probably the best thing for us to do. So but yeah, that was definitely the track position at the end, the clean air. That makes a huge difference here. This thing was so tight. It was unbelievably tight. After 15 laps, it just plowed the corner, and all you could do is just kind of air block the guy behind you. So that's what we did. But that was definitely a hard fought race there. I'm not 100% sure what happened to Jared. I believe it was Jared that was in front of me. I don't know if he got loose off of four. I tried to lift and I just touched him and it just went around. I don't know. I have to go back and look at it with him. But hate that happened, but we'll take it.
he finished down in 15th, but you
Yeah.
know, there was a lot of questionable iRacing glitches throughout the race tonight.
Yeah, I mean he didn't seem like he glitched too much on me. I don't know if he was just running hard and just got back to throttle a little too hard and just got a little free coming off and I was kind of going. I mean right there at the very beginning of the run I could really like just power through three and four and I don't know if I just came up on him so fast that he was just tried to gas it up and just got loose. I tried to lift like I said. I don't want to win a race like that. So sorry to him if it was my fault. I have to go look at it. So, but yeah.
Well, man, you're getting the wins in the regular season. Are you going to save any for the playoffs?
Yeah, we're hoping so, right? Uh, we'll see. I don't know. I haven't even had a chance to really even look. I'm in so many darn leagues. I can't even see. I don't even know what we're racing in the playoffs in this league. So, um, we're hoping so. I think we'll be pretty competitive at majority of the races. I need to probably work on a little bit some of the short track stuff. But Shafe's real good there, so he can kind of show us a little bit around there. So if we get a couple of those in the playoffs, we'll have to probably go to him to see if we can get a little speed.
All right, brother, you're no stranger to the podium finishes.
Yeah, thanks to Telsman, you guys for putting it on. Tony and everybody that does this, I appreciate it. Good win to our good finish for DBR. Uh, Schaefer did well. I think we had a couple other guys that kind of got stuck back there in traffic. They had good runs, so good race for DVR. Said and just appreciate everybody for watching, and so we'll go on to next week. I don't even know where are we next week. I don't even know. I'm so um
Sure,
I don't
myself.
even know. I don't even know. Dover. We're decent at Dover, so yeah, we'll go there and see if we can at least come away with a good finish and take some more points into the playoffs.
All right, brother, we're going to send you back down there, DVR, and let y'all plan out for Dover.
All right, man. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Well, P2, nothing at all to be upset at. I think he fought for it. He had a fast car, but it just Adam, congratulations on that P2.
Oh, it's bittersweet.
So, Adam, what'd you need there at the end to make that pass for the win?
To never be behind him to begin with. I don't know. I felt like I was okay to manage my stuff at the front. But passing here, it is so hard. And coming from I don't know, seventh on the grid, it obviously put me in a bad spot. And then with some lap cars that kind of wanted to race us, which kind of hurt me for a lap because I had to make up everything that I could in like the first 5 laps. And when I didn't get there, I knew that I was just kind of gonna be done because Banks knows what the hell he's doing. He knows how to manage a race and whatnot. So I knew he was going to have a little something for me there if I wasn't able to bounce quick, and obviously it didn't happen. So I'll take the second place.
So, one last question for you. That caution. I believe you were on pit road when the caution came out, or had
Yep.
just come off. So from what we saw, that really hurt you as far as track position goes.
Oh, definitely. It didn't hurt me as bad as my other teammates because I didn't stop. I just rolled through, but when I did, I only had zero point 0.3 gallons of fuel left. Plus, I had to catch, you know, the field, so I ran out of fuel in four, and the pits were closed. But I had to pit, otherwise it would have been a whole lot worse. So I had to get stuck there at the tail end, um, which wasn't that bad because it was only 7 cars. But again, those 3 or 4 positions definitely made a difference. Plus, I had to start by the lap cars, so it is what it is, though. Because ultimately, if that race just would have ran out the way that it was going, I don't think I would have had anything for James or Spencer or I think Jared and Schaefer because they all were able to get around me, and I wasn't going to be able to get back around them. So I guess in a way that caution helped me get a better finish tonight.
Oh, well, I mean, it might have. It might have also hurt you, but hey, bad situation. You rebounded to second.
I'll take it.
Congratulations on that, and man, we'll see what happens next week.
Yeah, where do we go next week?
That is a dang good question. Let me
Over.
check. Dover. Okay.
Dover. I like Dover in the Xfinity car. So hopefully we'll be back up here talking to you guys.
Hopefully, man. Well, you've been up here before. You know the routine. Shout out to yours.
Yeah, I want to give a big shout out to Anything EC coming on board this season. Head on over to anythingec.com for all your car care needs. Want to give a big shout out also to the Rev guys tonight. Sorry, Exiled guys. Great run for them. Talesman for sponsoring. Mission 22 for coming on board and sponsoring this race. Relentless, obviously, you guys do a killer job with this league, and SBRN for a great broadcast every single week. So thanks, everybody.
Brother, we're going to send you down there because I'm pretty sure Bobby's trying to make a phone call to you real quick.
Sounds good. Thank you.
Well, Tony, he drove through the field more than any other driver out there, back to front, back to front. I think he has the most passes this race. Schaefer, you took in P3, man.
Yeah, that last caution right there kind of screwed me, man. I was hoping to just run it out, but no, I was able to get the lucky dog on that last caution, and the only bad thing with that is I had to start behind a couple lap cars, and then it just took me a while to get through everybody to get back up to the top three. But I think if I would have had another 5 or 6 laps, man, Banks would have been in trouble.
So one question for you from me. We noticed that it seemed like kind of after you hit the wall off of 4, it seemed like maybe your pace dropped a little bit. Did you feel that that had any effect on your car, or was it just the tires?
No, it was just tires. I hit the wall a couple of times, just grazed it. Never had any damage in the pits or anything like that. Just minor grazing. I mean, that one time racing. I think it was Adam off of 2, and I hit it pretty good and fell back to like 3rd. Surprisingly, it did. Spotter was like, "It's just scratch, you're good." And I was like, "All right." So, but no, luckily he was just the tires wore out after that. But I was able to save enough to catch them guys later on in the run, but just ran out of laps.
But I'll tell you one thing I saw is you and Banks early in the race had a different strategy than it seemed like everybody else. Looked like you guys were saving tires, saving fuel from the start of the race. Um, do you feel like that strategy helped your finishing position, or do you think it would have came out the same either way?
Um, yes and no. I think it would have came out the same either way, but we saved there because of the stage, how long the stage was, and how short of laps you could run on the fuel. So we saved tire because we did not take tires at the first caution. We just took fuel there because we were hoping for a late rate caution for something in the last 15 laps so we could take tires because nobody else had tires but us. So if it would have played out like that the last 15 laps, we would have smoked them no problem. But it didn't play out like that. But I think either or. I mean, it is what it is. It kind of played out to where we wanted to finish, I guess.
Well, that kind of I was questioning whether you guys had taken tires or not in that first caution. So it sounds like, did you say at the end of the stage or after that first caution you guys did not take tires?
At that first caution, we did
Okay.
not. We didn't take tires till the stage.
All right, so you guys are on the same strategy as Evan Ludi. That explains a lot. I was curious if that was after that caution, if you guys were just slowing down to save, or if it was tire related. So definitely answered that question.
Oh yeah.
And on to Dover next week. Banks said he's going to pick your mind since that's one of your strong tracks. You're going to be trying to make it 3 wins for the season.
I'm gonna try, man. I like Dover, but I'm not very good in it at it. I'm decent, but I'm sure Adam's gonna be right there, and Sean will be there, and Banks ain't no slouch. Don't let me lie to you. He's got a nickname Bridgestone for a reason. He can save tires better than anybody else. So he's uh he's really good at that. So he'll be up there. Don't let him fool you.
All right, brother. You know the routine.
Yeah, man. Shout out to you guys putting on a hell of a broadcast. Relentless, all the admins. That's a fun league to be a part of. Shout out to Talesman for sponsoring. Shout out to Mission 22 for sponsoring the race. And shout out to all the DVR guys and Negus Paint Shop back at the DVR headquarters. You know, that's where we get all our paints from. But no, man, that's it. I appreciate you guys.
Brother, we're going to send you on your way, man. Congratulations on the P3.
Thanks, man.
Almost goofed up and said congratulations on the win. He's no stranger to it. Man, that's really gonna shake some of the points up tonight. I mean, terrible night for Isaac, Webb, Weston, and Riggs. Even Collier, I still think that's a tough break right there.
Yeah, that was a strange iRacing deal there. I've never seen that before. But you know, it is what it is. Every program has glitches, so.
Oh yeah, SBRN knows all about glitches. But luckily there wasn't none tonight. Hopefully the week will continue good, and thank everybody out there, Brian, with the subs, the followers, and spending your Memorial Day with us. And you know what? We'll do it again tomorrow night. The whole league's at Charlotte, so it's going to be a pretty long, interesting races for the rest of the week. So till then, everybody, stay safe. And myself, Tony, SBRN, and Relentless Racing. We'll see y'all tomorrow night.